Set up. 목소. 가격. 쇼리 레이. Okay, guys, it's my turn. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so before we start, so I want to first start talking about Elon Musk. Okay, this is where we're going to start, right? So I've been like watching what he's been doing, you know, like SpaceX, Tesla, boring company, Elon Musk. I've been watching what he's been doing for a number of years, with great interest. And one of the things that he talks about to his success is this first principle thinking. And first principle thinking is a Cartesian kind of doubt, like comes from originally Aristotle and Kant. It's a philosophy that you try to boil things down. You keep on asking why until you hit the bedrock of knowledge, that absolutes, like this is what we know, and then you build back up from that point. Like a classic example is back in 2000, he wanted to send a rocket to Mars, and so he went to Russia and he asked to buy an IBM interballistic missile, obviously without the warhead because he needed the rocket, and they said sure, $65 million, and he couldn't afford it. So on the flight home, he was kind of looking at like everything that was involved in kind of buying the materials to build a rocket, and he found it was only 2% of the total cost of what they was being charged. And he thought, well, I can meet with scientists, I can meet with experts, I can teach myself aerodynamics. And he it's not rocket science, so he just kind of decides to teach himself that stuff, buy the materials, and that was the foundation of SpaceX, which is like what it is today. And so it's a kind of really super important principle that we constantly kind of ask ourselves why, and keep on doing that until we get to the kind of the bedrock of knowledge, and then build from there. And if we kind of always do that, then no matter what comes from that bedrock is always going to be good. The problem is that most people kind of work on assumptions and analogies, and so they copy other people. And like there's nothing worse than kind of karate where you just copy. Sensei says do this, you copy. Do it unquestionably. And the mantra of karate for so many years was like, don't ask, shut up, train, that type of thing. Yeah. So like today, I just want to kind of constantly kind of think, make you think like why are we doing this? Why do we do it? And like try to have that as a mantra for your training. Understand? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me just add these people who have just missed my little talk. Okay. Okay, so we're going to, if you are on the spot, jog. If you're not on the spot, run. Just make sure people join. So guys, ask yourself why are we doing this? We're just kind of breaking up the body, yeah? Kind of warm yourself up.
Why are you standing there? Why?
Make sure you're kind of walking, running, jogging, the ball of the foot, yeah? You're trying to work those arches. And whenever I'm jogging, I'm always thinking about kind of like my shoulders relaxing rather than putting on just shoulders relaxed.
Faster, Tommy.
Keep on relaxed. Doesn't have to be fast, you just kind of wake up the body, yeah?
For you it does, Tommy.
Couple more times. Okay, last lap. Okay, good. So from here, guys, just arm stretch. And when I do this, I kind of stretch my arm, kind of get that knuckle elbow to the other elbow, and then also kind of just rotate my hips a little bit. You kind of feel the stretch across your back as you do that. So not in unit, kind of like keep your arm and your shoulders in one way, and then rotate your hips independently, and then change to the side. So you kind of stretching your back as you do that, yeah? You kind of stretches the arm. It's not side to side. We're kind of rotating, but maintaining your upper body still as you do that. And then hand over. And you can grab your elbow, grab your arm, but like just in punch, just to ease it round, yeah? And change. You kind of try and open the joint, yeah? Kind of like we spend so much time kind of stretching our hips, not so much time stretching our shoulders, but like they're just as important, yeah? Like ball and socket joints, and we can use them almost the same way as our hips. Okay, feet to shoulder apart, and then down. Then again from here, just don't do it passively, kind of hands down, and then kind of rock your hips side to side so you're stretching each hamstring a little bit more as you kind of go down. And as you do that, you should be able to kind of get a deeper and deeper stretch. And to your left. And your right. And just hands on your hips and over to your left.
Vigorous or violent?
No vigor, no violence.
No vigor, all right.
And then feel that stretch, yeah? It's really important, like you kind of do it kind of actively, you're not just kind of passive, like just holding a position. Each time, just trying to edge that little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And change. Okay, let's make zigzags to your left. And whenever I do this, I'm not, like, again, not just kind of like making that position, but really feeling like starting to load that inner thigh, so kind of making that shime, that closure stance, kind of putting your abdomen forward, tilting your pelvis, so it's like kind of waking up and kind of stretching those elements of your body, yeah? And then drop forward. And you get until your knee hits, and then you're just kind of stretching and your hip flexors and kind of pushing forward, yeah? Pushing your belly forward, really. And then kind of ease back a little bit, kind of foot flat on the ground, grab your ankle and then just drop. Then again, this my focus is on that left hip, yeah? You try to stretch that left hip as your body goes down. And then from here, foot across, make sure it's like 90 degrees to where your body's going, and again, just drop down. Again, kind of this hip stretch. It's like constantly thinking, well, this is useful for kicking and yoke-getting, washing it, and also kind of obviously hip rotation stuff. Okay, change. Right leg forward, ankles. And this is the kind of stretch that I do like every time I train, every time I teach. But like I think it's also really super important that you kind of you find your own pattern and then do it, but like constantly referencing it back to what you're going to do. Yeah, kind of got to warm up specifically for karate, stretch specifically for karate, rather than just doing it passively. And then down. And then foot across. Okay, then feet out and straight. Okay, then I hope everyone can at least grab their toes. You can grab your toes, grab the ball of your feet, grab the ball of your feet, grab your heel, and just kind of feel that kind of stretch. Yeah? And again, not passively, but try to actively kind of work your body to so one side and the next side. So you kind of actively kind of go forward. A lot of people, I think, that when they do warm-ups, they just switch off, yeah? This kind of should be an active thing. And then left leg up, foot around. And then grab and touch your nose. So there should be like this is a really nice benchmark, yeah? How flexible are you? Okay, so your big toe touches your nose. That's the benchmark. Okay, then grab your falling foot. And then this is really important. Don't, like if you push your falling foot forward, it's easy. Relax, grab your falling foot, grab your toes, then relax your foot, and you'll feel it straighten your hamstring, yeah? And you gotta feel that, even if you can't straighten your leg. Okay, then change. Okay, grab foot, again, touch your nose. Then grab the ball of foot, make sure your foot is relaxed. Then again, stretch that back of the leg. Okay, feet in. Then grab your ankles. And then with your elbows, just again, push. Okay, good. Then from this position, get your right foot and just tuck it underneath your left thigh, and then your left foot and put it over your knee. So your right foot is pulled back, your left foot goes over. And from here, just wrap your elbow around and then kind of pull that knee into your chest. This is much better stretch than most people do with their legs straight, one leg over and one leg straight. And then from here, just put your foot on your knee, and as much as you can, push your heel down, or your knee down. Yeah? So again, stretching the other way. Okay, and then the other side. So left leg underneath, right leg over, and pull. And then foot on your knee, and push down, pull, lead. So again, like super important, like to kind of think about what, like, why are we doing these things, yeah? There's always reasons for why we're doing these things. Good. Okay, then from here, have your knees, hips in line, feet pointing out, and then just drop down. So you're going. Yeah. So you're not going too much forward, so you're not going back. You kind of knees are in line, yeah. And then as much as you can, kind of drop your hips down. And then belly, and then if you can, like this is a great time to stretch your shoulder, so kind of on your fingertips, and then stretch that shoulder. Best if you look in the opposite direction. And then you can underneath, so palm up, then again just lean onto your shoulder, again stretch it the other way. And up the side. And then underneath, and again lean on it, just relax onto it. And then both hands forward. Now just as flat as you can on the floor. Then from here, knees in, hands forward, and then just push back. Like downward dog in yoga, yeah? Then really important, feel like you're pushing from the heels of your hands to the heels of your feet. Back your legs stretch. Then you can relax a little bit, bring your feet together, and then again. And if you can, lift your toes off the ground. And relax. And shake loose. Good. Okay, then last one. Just a little leg stretch. Then again, like I mentioned this quite a few times, but quite a lot of people kind of like, when we're lifting legs, but just kind of, again, that superficial leg lift. No, kind of lift it as if you're doing Maigeri. So ball of the foot forward. Like if you watch on this side. You're making sure that if you took a snapshot of the apex of that lift, it'd look exactly like Maigeri. There's no point just trying to get your foot up high and you break your center, your knee bent, all that kind of stuff. Try to make sure that if you took a snapshot at the top of that range of stretch, it looks exactly like the kick you're trying to stretch for. Understand? Okay, so right leg, itch, knee, and side. Okay, change. Left leg, itch, and knee, and side. Okay, let's go to the side. So yoke again, not heel up rather than toes up. Okay, itch, and knee, side, and change, itch, knee, side. And last one, you shoot again, yeah? So again, keep that hip square, yeah? Toes down, heel up, itch, knee, side, and last one, itch, knee, side, and relax. Good. Everyone ready? Yes? Okay, so guys, I just want you to kind of constantly think like what we're doing today. I want you to constantly think, why are we doing these things? Kind of try to have that first principle thinking right the way through. Okay, we'll just do a couple of things, work from the bottom up, but ultimately ask yourself why? Okay? Okay, good. Okay, so first one, everybody to come on. Okay, just forward and back. Go. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. That's all we're doing. Okay, change, forward and back, forward and back. Try to have a sense of at least kind of maybe 5 centimeters forward, 5 centimeters back. Okay? Just change a couple of times, give it a go. Forward and back, forward and back. Keep on changing. Okay, yeah, man. Good. So, guys, like, what are we practicing? I want you to kind of make your foot strong. I don't want you to kind of like just watching the people. A lot of upper body movements, a lot of kind of breaking of the center. I want you to think without being stiff from your center, from the top of your head, the bottom of your spine, completely straight, and your upper body is set, not stiff, but set. And then really, all I can feel is the ball and big toe, or the big toe ball of my left foot and my right foot. And I'm bouncing from that point to that point to that point to that point. And it's only the arch of my foot and my calf that's creating that. I mean, of course, all your other core muscles you're being used, but this is specifically to work that point. You understand? So, like another couple of minutes, just try it, but ultimately maintain your form. Like you don't have to kind of move that much, but I want you to work your feet, work your calf. That's all we're doing constantly. That's all we're doing without being super stiff. Okay, go for it, guys. Couple of minutes. Christina, stop cuddling your mum and get doing it. So, okay, yame. Well, we're going to do this. We're not going to do this long. I'm trying to like lots of different things I want to work on. But like I'm seeing quite a lot of people who are kind of, and even if your hip is moving, even if this hand is moving a little bit, even if your head's bobbing about, I want you to try to strip away. Like first principle thinking, what are we working on? We're not working on anything other than your foot and your calf. That's what we're working on. So if you're rotating your hip, waste of time for this specific practice. If you're using your upper bodies, waste of time for this specific practice. So be strict, strip it down. You're boiling down everything that we do to the kind of base rock of what karate is. And part of what karate is using your feet and using your calf to shift. And so use that only to do what we're doing. Understand? Okay, last 30 seconds, try. Get this perfect. Gary Johnson, keep your guard up though, yeah? Because it's a good practice to keep your guard up so you can visually see what you're doing. Okay, good, yummy. Okay, so, what's that say? Can we have 2 minutes on the clock, please? 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes. Okay, 1 minute, change stance, 1 minute. Okay, I want you to be super strict with yourself. Don't break your form. Don't break your guard. Don't do anything other than your feet and your calf. Your feet and your arch of your foot is like super strong. Okay, if it's worked correctly, yeah, unless you've got flat feet. Okay, your calf, strongest muscle in the body, apart for its size, apart from the heart. Yeah, so use those 2 things. Okay, we're going to do a minute, and then Ross says he's going to change. Say change, and then we're going to change stance. Understand? Okay. Hydrate. Try to make sure that your whole body is moving. Then don't be keeping your head still and allowing your bum to move like this. No, head is moving, shoulders are moving, hips are moving forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. That's 30 seconds. Keep on going, guys. Keep control of your guard. Get ready to change.
Change.
And don't allow the distance to get smaller and smaller. Move, move, move. Ball of your foot. I'm really feeling the big toe ball of the foot as it's kind of pushing forward, pushing back. Try to bounce. Like your arch is like the spring of your body. So if you go forward stopping, going back stopping, it's no good. Bounce, 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 bounce. 10 more seconds. Keep on going, guys. Not up and down, forward, back, forward, back. Keep your guard. Hey, and relax. Oh, what's on the tilted? Sorry, we're having a. Okay, sorry, our little tripod got very tilty. Okay, good. Everybody okay there? You can see me? Good. Okay, then guys, can you feel it in your feet? Can you feel it in your calves? Yes? 2 minutes. That's all it was, right? 2 minutes. You can do that anytime, anywhere. Okay, building up the physicality of your body, starting from literally your big toe up. Okay, if you do that, you're going to get strong. The arch of your foot is like super important. Quick aside, there was an Olympic or wannabe Olympic long distance runner, and he kept on coming 3rd, 4th in the American national trials, and he wanted to make it to the Olympics. He had to get number 2. Okay, he changed coach, and his coach said, right, you're going to practice barefoot running. So he started doing long distance running on the track, bare feet. And he went from a size 12, American size 12, to a size 10, to a size 9. His foot got stronger and stronger and tighter. So his foot literally shrank. He had very flat feet, and his arch got stronger and stronger and got smaller. He became national champion in America, and he went to the Olympics and he came 3rd in the world. Okay, this is about kind of working your foot as a muscle. Okay, and the fact that we wear shoes all the time takes away that. Okay, people get plantar fasciitis, all that kind of stuff. It's because our feet are weak. They're not designed to wear shoes. So we've got to really work them and use them as a spring. Understand? Okay, good. Okay, next. Okay, every from here, make zigzag. Kizamuzuki. Okay, then back hip rotate. Back hip rotate, kind of coming back to tate stop. Inner thigh muscle squeeze, keep that back straight. Okay, 4 Kizamuzuki, and back. We're not stepping now, we've always got our left leg forward. But like you're in kind of a very short stance, and then you drive forward to normal stance, and then going back to short stance again. Okay, ich, and back. Ni, sa, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, kyo, jo. Good. Okay, change leg. So again, probably good idea to start in Zenko touch, start in Kizamuzuki, and then that's that midway point, and then wrap your body around your back hip. Okay, so get ready for Kizamuzuki, then drive forward, ich, and back. Ni, sa, shi, go, ro, shich, hach, kyu, jo. Okay, good. So, guys, what are we practicing? What are we working on, yeah? Now we've moved up. Like, we'll talk about it, like your calf and your foot in a minute, but heels flat on the ground, okay? Both heels are flat on the ground. It's Kihon, but we've worked up to our thighs. So I really want you to kind of focus on using your thigh to drive forward. So you're trying to use that fast twitch drive, like Ross Sensei was talking about yesterday. Now, inevitably, you're going to use your hip as well, okay? And for sure, we can add element after element after element to our training. But for now, I just want you to work on that fast twitch of the thigh. So a couple of minutes from here, you're in shoulder dash hip square, you go into hammy, so you're going to use your hips. But ultimately, it's that drive of that leg that's kind of snapping that Kizamuzuki out. Don't stiffly stop and then come back. I want you to twitch, twitch, twitch. Twitch feel. Twitch feel. Understand? Okay, give it a go, guys. Couple of minutes. Okay, yeah, man. So, guys, this is what I'm kind of seeing. Okay, this is kind of what I'm seeing. Quite a lot of you are, well, okay, couple of things. Firstly, a lot of people are kind of quite upright, and then they're falling down and then coming back up. Like, remember what I'm saying? Okay, first principle thinking. What are we working on here? We're working on that leg. Only that leg. I mean, we're doing both sides, so we're working both legs, but we're only working on developing the ability to use that massive big muscle there, which is so used to kind of slow twitch, kind of weight bearing. We're using it for fast twitch. So we're trying to reprogram, retrain the body to develop fast twitch in a muscle that is kind of, you know, naturally slow twitch. And so if you're using gravity to kind of make that shape and make that shape, then it's not going to work, yeah? You've got to sit down in your stance. The height that I am at this preparatory point and the height that I am at this execution point of the technique are identical. So I'm only using that leg to drive forward, not gravity. That's one point. Second point is that a lot of people are falling in and then making a strong preparation. Like, that's not the point. This is easy to come into ourselves, to kind of make this point is super easy. Like, you know, we're naturally kind of, you know, bring things into ourselves. Yeah, this is a natural thing to do, and this feels strong when we hold something. We're trying to make strength as we open. So use your leg and put the emphasis on the drive forward, and the preparation can be relaxed. Not struggling to do this. Will give yourself some sort of a comfort blanket by making a strong preparation. Understand? Okay, 2 more minutes, guys. Here we go. Guys, keep your back straight, yeah? Be super careful that you're maintaining your seichusen, your center line right through that movement. Sylvia, more sit down in that stance. Oh, nice, Marcel Sensei, nice, nice, nice. Back straight, guys, back straight. Then Dane, you're not going from Jukamai. You're going from this traditional position, yeah? From this position, then drive, then come back. All of them, that's a little bit too relaxed, yeah? Still kind of keep that Kihon sense. Good, good, good. Last 30 seconds, guys, last 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay, I'm in. Good. Okay, everybody good? Okay, let's try. Spin power, yeah? By count. By count. Okay, Yuri, so left leg forward, right hand forward. Twitch, snap as much as you can, yeah? Okay, I'll show you some. Okay, Yuri, by my count. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, look, chich, hatch, go, down. Okay, change inside. 10 more, Yuri. Ich, ni, san, chi, snap, guys, snap, go, look, chich, hatch, come, jump. And yame. Good, 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 good. Okay. Then one thing I would say is that when we start kind of, have this kind of thematic training or first principle training, and you're focusing on specific points, and you're focusing on this one element with the other element, then it becomes quite difficult. So other things kind of, two things, other things kind of slip your attention, or they start to kind of compensate because one element of your body isn't particularly strong to create a dynamic technique or a strong technique. So you start to compensate, subconsciously maybe compensate for with other parts of your body. So I'm seeing an awful lot of people there who are kind of like, breaking their sense line. Some people are like a little bit tense shoulders, you're making that Kizamazuki. Don't. Like when you're kind of stripping things away from your technique and you're kind of just focusing on a kind of fundamental movement, a kind of first principle movement, then it's going to be much weaker than the whole. Like for sure I can say, focus on your hips as well, kind of be on the ball of your foot, kind of snap your shoulders, there's a whole load of elements that would make that technique strong. And I'm asking you not to do that. I'm asking you to only be super specific on one point. And then whilst you're being specific on the other point, then make everything else neutral. Of course, you're going to rotate your hips in this case, but ultimately, you don't want to use your shoulder. You don't want to kind of try to bend your back to kind of create more power. Understand? Okay, good. Okay, next one, guys. Next one. Okay, so from here, Zexach. Okay, then just from here, left hand out. Okay, make Gakazuki. And snap back. Yeah, knee. San. Shi. Go. Look. Shich. Hatch. Come. Jaw. Okay, change. Eight. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Look. Shich. Hatch. Come. Jaw. Okay, good. Okay, change that. So, Gakazuki snap, yeah? Then kind of working our way up. Thinking about our hip. So from here, this Gakazuki snap, empty. Relax. 1, 2. I'll show you from the side, yeah? This. 1, 2. So I want you to make Gakazuki, make Moshi empty. And then reset. Snap, try. Reset. Understand? Okay, let's try. So one count, Gakazuki, MP. Yeah. And reset. Knee. And reset. San. And reset. Shi. And reset. One more. Go. Okay, change leg, change hand. Try the other side, yeah? Nice, relax, one count. Okay, each. Okay, knee. So same hand, yeah, same hand. So we're doing the left side now, yeah. So left hand Gakuzuki, left hand MP. So that means that this hand, this relaxed hand, first of all is coming back, and the second arm is the target. So left hand, and reset. Okay, ich, ni, san, one more, shi. Okay, good. Okay, so now I relax. Then guys, what I want you to really get from this is the understanding that you do not really rotate with your hips. You strive forward with your hips and you pull your hips back. Like if you can rotate, but in this kind of fundamental basic movement, you are not pivoting down the center of your body. If you did, then you definitely rotate. But you're pivoting down one side of the body. So just like a door, if you open a door and close a door, it's not rotating, it's swinging. And it's opening forward, it's opening back, but it's swinging, it's not rotating. So like with that analogy, if this is the kind of the door frame and my body's the door, I am slamming my door shut and then opening it again. There's too many people who are rotating because obviously that's the language that we use. I want you to really think about how that door is kind of driving that Gakuzuki forward and driving that MP forward. They are both the same power source, but both two different kind of weapons, two different trajectories, but it's the same power source that is much more linear than it is rotational. Understand? Okay, give it a go, guys, a couple of minutes. Let me see. Guys, I haven't said it, but if you've got any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask, of course. Okay, yummy. So guys, just watching and then, like you can see the MP is far more labored than the Gakuzuki. But I would argue that actually both are labored. It's just that it's so easy to see that the MP is labored because you've got no kind of snap of the punch to disguise the lack of kind of twitch from your core. So again, kind of first principle thinking, what are we trying to practice here? We're trying to practice that twitch. Like Ross Sensei was talking about it yesterday, where he was kind of firing from the glute and inner thigh muscle. It's this ability to twitch from the core that we have to kind of add to every single technique. Okay, so I really want you to think like the disguise of this Gakuzuki, thinking, oh, that's a fast technique, but really, there's nothing going on here. If you can't recreate that same feeling with this MP, then it's not there in the first place. And so you've got to kind of, again, go back to what are you working on? When we're marching up and down the dojo doing HDKI or whatever we're doing, what are you working on? If you're just making those shapes, you're not working on anything. If you're working on specific parts of your body, then you're progressing. Understand? Yep. Okay, let's try swing hard. Okay, so left hand. Okay, one count, Gakuzuki MP. Okay, ich, ni, san, chi, go, no, chich, hush. Okay, change other side. Okay, come on. Ich, ni, san, Remember, slam the door. Look. Shit. One more. Hacha. Hi, yummy. Hi, Sensei. Relax. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of people, yeah, just the kind of use of your shoulder, that's not there in the punch, but it's really there in the MP, kind of overcompensating, doesn't feel the same. Like, you've got to kind of work on that one point. But for a lot of people, also rotating their body rather than driving their body. Like, you know, that knee stability, like what Sensei was talking about yesterday, that knee stability is super important for a number of reasons. But one reason is that it's kind of like a really good tell of whether you are having kind of a controlled hip movement. Like, if you're rotating your hips and all your stance is going everywhere, then you're not really pivoting from your front hip and your mass is not being slammed forward. Now, sometimes, for sure, we want to pivot from our center, but that kind of produces instability in our stance and we start shifting. But if we want stability in our stance, then we want to pivot around a point that can kind of maintain stability in your stance, which is your front hip, leading hip. Okay, so that you are not shifting in your stance. Understand? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, next one. Okay, so every from here, right leg forward. Right leg forward. Okay, so just a hand up, okay? Then I want you to feel that pull. Pull and back. Feel like you're pulling your elbow down. Pull and back. Okay, hitch. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Rook. Try to swing. Try to pull. Pull down. I mean, it's going to kind of then, after this, it's going to swing back maybe, but ultimately it's not a swing feeling, it's a sharp pull feeling, yeah? Okay, try other side. Okay, hitch. Knee. San. No kime, that don't do it with kime. Chin. And go. Ro. Shich. Okay, good, change. Okay, so same again. We're going to start from here. 1, 2. So you're going elbow down, elbow round. Okay, try down, round, hitch, and reset. Knee. Shin. Go. Ro. Shinch. Hatch. Okay, let's try the other side. But then, guys, you are trying to kind of maximize the range of that shoulder. So you go from shoulders kind of up by my cheekbone, and then I'm going to pull it down. It's going to go round, and then I'm going to come round, and then I'm really trying to compress my chest together this way as I make MP. Don't try to make some sort of classic shape. No hikite at the moment, kind of this, you know, you're not going tap the MP, mawashi MP, you're just relaxing, relax, feeling. Relax, okay? Try other side. Okay, knee, san, shin, go, rook, shit. Okay, good. Change. Then, guys, give yourself freedom to kind of go away from that kind of, you know, tap the MP straight down vertically, yeah? Wash MP horizontal. Do away with that kind of like kind of absolute line. Like there's no straight lines in nature, no straight lines in your body. So if it's coming slightly round, so be it. Round and round, so be it. But like this almost has like a downward feeling to it as well, not kind of a horizontal feeling, yeah? So give yourself freedom to use that shoulder in the maximum range possible, rather than just kind of making stiff shapes. Okay, so last one. There's 1, 2, 3 here. So we're going down, round, open, reset, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try. Okay, itch, down, round, open, like yoke burpee to finish. Okay, knee. Ta. Chi. And go. Roll. Hitch. And hatch. Okay, change. Now, guys, don't shortcut this. Don't try to make 3 fast movements. Try to, if anything, have a twitch start and then let your joint go to wherever it'll go to. Twitch start and let it finish. Twitch start, let it finish. Not stop, stop, stop. You might think it feels faster, but it's actually not particularly beneficial and probably takes longer, yeah? Okay, so smooth, you're in left side. Inch. Knee. Side. Shin. Go. Rock. Okay, everybody understand? Okay, guys, 1 minute, just practice yourself. You're not practicing, Taki MP, Mawashi MP, Yoga MP. You're practicing every single block you've ever done. You're practicing every single strike you've ever done. You're practicing every single punch you've ever done. Yeah, it involves all these movements, yeah? So make sure that you're doing this kind of first principle thinking rather than just, oh, I'm making this shape, this shape, and this shape. That's not what you're doing. Okay, 2 minutes, guys. If you got any questions, just ask. Yeah, we've done that before, yeah. So this is, yeah.
There's still kind of rotational.
Yeah.
And then this sort of.
Yeah, you're going straight to round to up.
Sensei,
Yes.
it's Paul. So you squeeze the lat on the first one and then release it for the second one, and then what's the third? Is it tense?
Okay.
Not tense?
Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, just listen. Yeah, man, just listen. Look, both Rue and Paul are kind of asking similar things. You're not. Okay, yeah. So first, you're pulling your shoulder down with your lat. Okay, then you're pulling your shoulder, or you're pulling your elbow down with your lat. You're pulling your elbow round with your pecs. You're pulling your elbow round with your rhomboid. But you're not. What you're trying to do is twitch, 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 twitch. You're starting from this point, but then you're trying to create a twitch, twitch, twitch feeling, and you're creating this kind of rapid followed by instant relaxation. Like Aiden Trimble Sensei tells a great story. He was watching a Discovery Channel, and he was the world's strongest man. And this guy didn't look particularly strong, but he got this frying pan and he rolled up the frying pan. He was super strong. And they measured him, and he had the fastest twitch muscles that had ever been measured. And Aiden Sensei talks about the story, saying he watched it thinking, that is the essence of Kime. It's not how strong you can tense your muscles, it's how quick you can relax them afterwards. And everything that we've been doing, really, with apart from your feet, which is creating stability, like your legs, your hips, your upper body, this is about developing twitch, twitch, twitch. And so yes, from here, you're having this position, and then you're going to instantly relax and engage your lat to twitch that hand round. And of course, because it's twitching at speed, it's going to kind of have some momentum. And then at the right time, you're going to use your pecs to come round. And then and this is going to reach its kind of natural conclusion. Okay, and then as it does that, you're going to use your rhomboids to create this empty. So twitch, 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 really. Understand? Okay, try it. Give it a go, guys. Okay, I'm in. Good. Okay, we're going to try it. Swing power all together, yeah, by count. Then, like what I'd always do is allow the momentum of this movement, like you fast twitch, and then the momentum kind of starts wrenching your shoulder out or something like that. So you have to have, with this kind of movement, you have to have you have to build up the strength of your ligaments. Yeah, you have to build up the strength of your body to increase the speed. So you can't just kind of jump headfirst into it. You need to build up to it. But like as you do Kihon, as you do Kata, as you do Kumite, you should be mindful of these things, not just kind of mindlessly making shapes. Okay, right leg, right hand. Let's try swing hard. Yoi. Hitch. Deep. Sen. Sheep. Go. Okay, change. Hitch. Deep. Sen. Sheep. Go. Ah, yummy. Ah, relax. Ah, shake this. Good. Everybody understand? Everybody good? Okay, so of course, there's other elements. There's other kind of fundamental, when you boil karate down, there are lots of fundamental things that we go, right, this goes no further. Like, this is how the joint works. This is how we want to use our body. This is what kind of creates speed and power. There's loads of them, but these are just a few, right? So let's just try to apply them a little bit. Okay, Fumishi Zentai, yo. Okay, so nice, relax. Stepping forward, Uchuke, inch. And then Kizamazuki Gakusuki, knee. And back. Okay, right leg, inch. And knee down. And back. Okay, inch. Knee down. Inch. And knee down. Okay, one count. Slowly. Inch. And knee. And sound. One more. Chi. Okay, yummy. Good. So look, from the tip of your toe to like the tip of your fist, like you should be thinking about these 4 elements. So the first element is that when I drive forward, all I'm really thinking about is that connection with the ball of my foot. Like for sure, we can kind of have a dead foot, a flat foot. But like you're then taking away that ability to use the arch of your foot as a spring and the calf, which is for its size, the strongest muscle in the body. So you should have a lightness in your stance, like a kind of an aliveness in your stance. So I'm thinking ball of foot to ball of foot as I drive forward. Now, superficially, it looks like I'm making Zengstach, but my feet aren't flat, they're alive. There's still that kind of strength in the stance. So like my ball of my foot is kind of heavily on the floor. My heel is, inside of the heel is lightly on the floor, and the outer edge of my foot really isn't touching the floor at all. Like that kind of level of control and kind of, aliveness of your stance. Okay, I'm also thinking about driving from that leg. I'm also thinking about rotating from my hip. I'm also thinking about squeezing my shoulder to opening to produce that uchuke. Then from here, I can still use that stance, that micro movement, shoulder, everything to produce Kizamazuki before slamming forward for the Gakuzuki. If you think about these elements, then the elements are correct, your technique's going to be correct. Understand? Okay, 1 minute, guys. Those 4 elements for uchuke, Kizamazuki, Gakuzuki. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, let's try. Swing hard. Okay, 1 count. Left leg first. Uchuke, Kizamazuki, Gakuzuki. Well, 1 small point, guys. Once you've made uchuke and you're going to make Kizamazuki, don't feel the need to kind of, in a realistic way, create power. This is not realistic. This is Kihon. This is just practicing principles. So I'd much rather you relax your hip forward and then pull back to hand me, even though your power is going the opposite direction, and then drive forward Kizakuzuki, rather than thinking forward, and then destroying your stance and a whole lot of other principles that you want to practice. Understand? Yeah. Okay, let's try. Left leg first. Ich. Ni. Sen. Chi. Go. Look. Chich. Last one, last one. Hacha. Ay, nice. Nice. Okay, last one. Okay, again from Shizentai. So, stepping back, stoich. Forward, look at the knee. And back. Okay, step back, hitch. Forward, knee. And step. Okay, hitch. Knee. And sun. Chi. And forward. And go. And roll. And forward. Good stoggle, that goes. Guys, good preparation, good execution. Hitch. Knee. And stop. Last one. Hitch. Knee. And stop. Okay, good. So, guys, give yourself that freedom to have your front heel off the ground, slightly in corporate touch. Okay? Make sure that your stance, there's kind of like an alive, active group of muscles that are kind of on the peak of readiness as you hit that stance. So when you come back, you don't just fall back into back stance. That's not what you're practicing, yeah? You're thinking about your feet, thinking about your core. And you are in a stance that's active, ready to drive. Okay, and then from here, like my front heel is slightly off the ground, I can feel my big toe of my back leg and my instep. But from that point, then boom, I'm driving forward. Yeah, it's that kind of explosive power where I create. Also, of course, compression, expansion, and this expansion you're gonna compress again from Nukite. That pulling of your hip and then slamming forward. That use of your thigh as a twitch to drive that forward. Yeah, think about these elements. Understand? Okay, last minute, guys, go for it. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever it is. Okay, that's your minute. Okay, guys, let's try it. Last one, speed and power, yeah? Speed and power. Okay, right leg first. Step back, then relax forward, yeah? Okay, your way. Ish! Knee! Sen! Chi! Go! Look! Chich! Hacha! And yummy. And relax. Good. Okay? Understand, guys? Any questions? I'll give you 10 seconds. Everybody is good. Okay, good. Okay, guys, that's time. We're out of time. I just want to kind of finish with one last thing. Like, actually, 7 years ago today, I was forced out of the JKS. I had to leave, and you know, it wasn't a particularly happy time. I mean, like subsequently, it's gone great, but like at the time, it was a bit of a shock and a bit of a trauma. And I remember kind of like a few weeks, a month or so afterwards, I was having lunch with my very good friend Marianne. She's there. There's Marianne right there. Everybody see her? That's it. And we were talking, chatting away, and I was like, you know, I was lamenting. I was kind of sorry about how many people had stayed the JKS and or done their own thing, and like, you know, and I've been left with not very little, but like certainly nothing that the group was. And she's like, stop being stupid. Bit of tough love from Marianne. Stop being stupid. She was like, you've just spent the last decade giving people freedom, telling them that they can take ownership of their own karate, you know, that find their own way, and now you're surprised that they do that? And I was like, yeah, okay, of course. And 7 years later, like, we're still kind of trying to do that, yeah? And I think fundamental to that is that you understand that you have the freedom to find your own karate. And you must do that by asking the right questions. And that begins with having that kind of approach, which is, I'm not just going to do karate by analogy. My sensei does that. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do. Because you're going to try to replicate something that A, is a weak imitation, and B, is going to never be as good as them because you don't have the same body. Nobody shares the same body. So you have to find your own way. And the important thing is asking those questions, boiling it down. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Now, for sure, from beginner to Shodan, you definitely just need to say us. Us, okay, I'll do that. And then from Shodan to Sandan, you're going to start to kind of give yourself a little bit more freedom. And then from Sandan and above, it's all about kind of just finding your own way. However, those good questions you ask yourself, start from the beginning, start from white belt. And you know, we've all got like lots of instructors here. You've got people in the class who are really keen white belts, trying to improve and get there. And then you have a black belt who's been training 30 years and they come, they do what you ask, that's it. And that's fine, both have equal merit. The black belt who just comes and follows and does karate through analogy, you know, they do it for their health, they do it for social reasons, they do it for a whole host of reasons, but they're never going to get that good. But if you want to get good at karate, you have to ask those questions. And whether you're a white belt or an 8th dan, you still ask those questions. Understand? That is my Kangeiko message. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now. Yes, it's up. What's up? Come on. Show me, Nate.